met you in the summer.
And then I can pass it to you.
We are talking summer hair trends. We're talking color, we're talking cut, we're talking, you know, using the right product, all of that. Anthony Mascolo is the founder of Bedhead, the co-founder. And Anthony, we're very excited to have you here.
It's great to be here. Thank you very much.
I know you've been hanging out with my friend George at Six Salon, and he thinks you are it when it comes to hair. And also, we have Christelle here, who is also the hair color expert, right?
Yeah,
among many things, right? Okay, so Anthony, first of all, are we supposed to be changing our hair for summer?
Well, I think it really depends, you know.
I think I can use a little change. I saw him eyeing me up.
A little bit of change, a little bit of color always adds a, you know, a difference, and it makes you feel a bit kind of fresher and more exciting. And
this is very fresh and stunning, actually. What's going on here?
Well, this is a typical kind of bedhead look. It's an undercut.
Yeah.
It's one of the ones that it's probably one of my favorite. I've done it for years and years, but it comes back all the time.
It does.
Short
so
underneath.
This is back in vogue again.
Absolutely, and it is with certain kinds of fashion, you know, and certain kind of looks that you kind of follow.
Do you have to be look like she does to wear this hair?
No, you don't. No, not at all, because I've got it as well. I've got a little bit of an undercut too. But I think with her, it suits her, and more than anything, it's the colour. I think Christelle can tell us.
Yeah,
the colour looks absolutely great.
This is what is this, a platinum, or what do we call it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think for the summer, again, working with texture, it's great to have something that's quite light and a bit iridescent looking, and pastel shades is something that we're seeing a lot of. So this is something that we would refer to as more of an oyster blonde. So it has that iridescent tone of a pearl underneath. Yeah,
it's really
great
lovely.
For summer.
And what product do you use? Because you want it to be loose, but you want it to
No, but you want it to
tight.
actually stay. I've used this new manipulator matte. You know, we've had manipulator for years at Bedhead, and it's been a product that's been really popular.
Okay.
This one gives it a slightly matter look. You know, if I just take it out.
What do you do? You put it in your hand, you rub it in your hand first?
Absolutely. Put a bit in your hands.
Yes.
Like that. Take a bit out. Rub it well.
Yeah.
And then really just start to then, with your fingers, kind of style it through. And you can see how it just holds the hair out and back, and you can pull some bits down.
Beautiful.
Just to make it, give it its kind of effect and its look.
That looks
And then whatever
stunning.
you've got left, put it in your own hair.
You just put it in your own hair.
Absolutely.
You're all manipulated. Looking good. Okay.
Well, here we've got, you know, a typical, very classic kind of style that, you know, it works really great with our brand S Factor.
Okay.
And it's a graduated style. I think what you know, Christelle's done at the front really has added that little bit of difference with the colour. So you tell us about the colour, Christelle. I can just spray it so I can get it into
I'll come around
position.
here. So again, this is great for sort of red carpet glamour, and we've actually used a professional colour hair range, TG Copyright Colour. Okay. And it's all about contouring just around the perimeter to get a little bit of lightness around the front, but it's very luxurious. So cashmere and truffle tones.
So her hair is there's a few layers.
There's a few layers at the front.
Mostly shoulder length.
It's just graduated, very fine hair. So depending on the person, what I've done is not layer it too much, because otherwise, if you layer it, it becomes really kind of thin at the ends.
Yes.
So solid line at the bottom, but a bit of graduation around the front.
Very nice.
The blow dry is really just lifting the top and the front, bringing it forward, and a little bit of this vivacious hairspray keeps it in place.
Very nice, beautiful.
So just playing with that. Here in our last model, really, if we turn round a little bit, she looks absolutely squashed there.
Lovely.
This was a look, you know, this was done by one of my art directors.
I should say.
She did a great job today.
A masterpiece back there.
And it's really, it's something that we did for the fashion show in New York this year. And it was done with Thomas and
Adriana.
Yeah. And they created 35 of these.
These braids, what do we call this? Well, a couple of braids coming together as one?
It's a piece. So they're pieces, you know. It's not all our own hair. You've added them in. So it's part of it's real hair pieces, real hair then woven into it, and giving that kind of mad look. If you turn that way a little bit,
beautiful.
It just gives that.
So Anthony,
it's a fashion look, really, that I think, you know, fashion's always something that influences what we do.
Let me ask you just about hair trends in general. We look through magazines and we try and pick, what should we be looking at when we're picking our own hairstyles? Or should we be looking at our face shape or our age or what?
I think you've got to look at the kind of clothes you wear. You know, the kind of fashion that you've adopted, and then from that you can then get a hairstyle that obviously has to suit you.
It's like the accessory to go with your whole wardrobe.
The hair is an accessory to fashion.
All right.
You know, and I think that if you have that kind of advice and you look at it that way, then you can have that individual look. And I think it's about individuality.
Can we have our ladies stand up so we can see them from head to toe? They're so lovely, and they got all dressed up for us here.
They did. I'm standing over here.
I know, me too.
They look stunning.
All right, Anthony and Christelle, thank you so much. for being here.
It's a
it was
pleasure.
such a pleasure. Thank you.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for coming in. All right. I would say, Jill, as soon as we get these looks going, we're going to be ready for summer, right?